Hello YouTube. So I'm going to show you the problem that commonly a Ford Territory will face, locking up the front wheels. So I was driving this on a freeway and all the fuel I can see that car is trying to stop itself, and brakes not working at all because it went so hot and the brakes stopped working. So I came back home on a tow truck, checked my car, and I found that front brakes are locked. See if I try to move this, oh really, I can't. The reason why this happened, I'm going to show you now. Be with me. Okay, first of all, obviously need to take the wheel off. And what I can see here, the calipers are stuck. And the reason why this happened, obviously, I didn't change my brake fluid. So guys, just my personal advice, if you don't want these things to happen to you, always change your brake fluid in around 60,000, 40,000 kilometers. It doesn't cost much, but it's a lifesaver. I was just being lazy. I know how to do it, but how I can do it by myself, just being lazy. So now I have to pay, putting a new caliper. Alright, let's start it. I didn't buy a brand new, but just for a second hand, because these days it's hard to find a brand new. So put a second hand caliper from Morocco, and I'll show you how you can do it. So as you can see here, that's my caliper that I'm going to put on the car. So now this one is seized. It's going to be hard to take the caliper off, but there is a way. We can, obviously we have to change the caliper, so we need to remove the lines. So I'm going to go ahead, take the line off, and hopefully we can push the pistons back in. Alright, so once the brake fluid starts dripping, once it starts dripping, we're going to close the nipple, and then we have to bleed it properly. And how we can do it, I'll show you. Okay, so the tool we're going to need to do this job is a brake line hose clamp to block the hose. $12mm socket with a ratchet for the caliper, 18mm spanner to hold the slider bolt, and 15mm if you are changing the brakes, so you need to take the calipers or the cradles off. In this case, which I'm not, I am. So that's why I had to take, I'm going to put a new pads and new rollers as well. So if you're not doing the pads and rollers, which I would advise that you should, if the brake are locking in and they will reach the temperature of 180 degrees Celsius, which is a lot, can melt the pad and obviously can warp the twist rollers as well. So I would advise you to do it properly, but it's your choice. Alright, so we're going to start with taking the lines off. So that's the line here. The tray to catch the brake fluid. Wow, the brake fluid is pretty bad. I should have done it before. Anyway, living and learning. Oh my god, it's just the water inside. Alright, I'll take this. We'll you will see there's a copper washer, one stuck here. That's alright. Okay, I put them down to the side. Now once the line is off, I'll take off the caliper, which is a 12mm. Now hold the slider with the 18. Do the same on the top side here. So I will try to push the pistons back in with a screwdriver to loosen up a little bit. I'll go bring my screwdriver. Right, so I'm back with my screwdriver. Let's see if that works. Yep. Okay. That brake fluid is very bad. No wonder piston will seize. Anyway, that goes in the bin. Now, if you're not planning to change your pad, which I would still suggest you should do it, you can put on your the caliper that you have, even a brand new or second hand or rebuild. It's your choice. But once you're done, we need to bleed the brakes, all four. So plan up jacking up the all four wheels up, which I already did, and then we go ahead with the brake bleeding. So anyway, I'm going to show you how you can remove the pads. So that, wow, as you can see here, man, the chunks are coming off. It was so hot, I can't believe it. That goes in the bin too. Now we're going to take off our brake rollers. Need a 50 mil. Alright. Now, what I advise you to do, take these sliders out, clean them inside here, and put a fresh grease. So it's still working, but I still like to clean it and put a fresh grease in it, because these are also another problem. They get pretty stuck as well. And don't put just any grease. You can buy these things. So it's called brake caliper grease. It's good stuff. And I'll also add on these on the brake pads disc brake height. This thing is good as well. This will help brake pads to stick back to the caliper so it doesn't vibrate or squeak or anything like this. Alright, put these rollers away, it goes in a bin as well. Time to put a new one. So we have put a new roller back on. This thing will grease. And the new pads. That's what I mean. Okay. This is where the piston sits. There we go. No second-hand brand new caliper. Now we're going to put the bolts back in for the caliper. using a 12mm ratchet. Brake line back in. As I told you before, make sure you put these copper washers, otherwise the film start going to leak again. Not a good idea. One is already there. I'm going to put this Avenger ball through. Copper washer here. Generally I would advise you can put a brand new washers as well, but I don't have one, so I'm going to use my older one. So oil goes back in. Okay, release the clamp. Yeah, well done. That's pretty much it, but don't forget we need to brake bleed the system as well. So to do the bleed on these, there is a nipple down here on the top, which is 10mm. Just lose this, don't need to take it out completely, just lose it. And then we should start dripping the brake fluid pretty soon. Because one in a second I'm going to double check. Sometimes the bleeder nipple can be blocked as well. So I'm going to take it off completely to double check it. Looks alright. Yeah. Screw it back in. Wait until the fluids start coming back from these nipples. So once the brake fluid start dripping from those nipples, so maybe not be able to see it properly, but once it start dripping, we're going to close the nipple, and then we have to bleed it properly. And how we can do it, I'll show you.